Before we put down the flooring, I decided to start painting in the kitchen area because if I dripped the paint onto the floor, it wouldn't matter. The most difficult part was making sure that I didn't step in that black area because then I would have fallen through to the ground. And also, now that I know that the cabinet paint needed 8 hours in between coats, it was a little bit easier to manage. The hardest part about painting a camper is the amount of time it takes because everything is edging. And I hate painting. We were able to replace the prior kitchen with a great find from our local Habitat for Humanity restore. We think this originally came from a restaurant because on both sides of the center cabinet were drawers that pulled out for trash cans. One we plan to keep and one we plan to amend. We had to make a lot of cuts for everything that has to get stored within and behind the cabinets. But after that, it was pretty easy to get them set up. Before we put on the countertop, I decided to start putting up this Subway tile sticker backsplash. I know it's a little bit crooked, but it works. This stuff is really great because it sticks right on, it's lightweight, and it actually looks like tile. So I would really suggest looking into this if it's something that you wanted to do. Then we went to Lowe's and got this countertop and snagged a new sink and faucet on Amazon, but there was this excess area, and our neighbor who's good at woodworking built us this awesome shelf for shoes and dog bowls. We had to sand it down, obviously, and then we had this big crack that we tried to fill with insulation, which failed miserably. So then we found this piece of wood to put up instead, and it worked great. We painted the entire thing white, obviously, to match all of the rest of the paint. It took a good 3 coats since we knew it would get bumped into a lot. But this was after the first coat was all done. So then we measured out the shelves both ways because I didn't want the shoes sitting right on the wood. And we found these rubber mats at Lowe's that we cut down and then glued onto the shelves where the shoes were going to go to keep them safe. Then when you're traveling, you want to make sure that everything has a way to be secured. So we got these eye hooks and we put them in both sides of the walls where the shelves go. So that way we could take a little bungee cord for when we are traveling to put across and keep the shoes in place. This is what it turned out with when it was done. Then we got these little grates to cover up where the HVAC area goes. These were super cheap. Put them all in. Good as new. And then my husband was able to build shelves after we took out the sliding rack from this one for my crock pot, my Instant Pot. And this is the finished kitchen. We decided to take the stove out because we have an electric burner that works perfectly.